I went on the mission trip to Montgomery, Alabama over spring break, and I worked with a group of 4th graders at Common Ground Montgomery, and I would help them with their homework every day and talk to them and build relationships with them. And it was really inspiring for me to see how Christ was working in their life and how Common Ground was a safe place for them, and it gave them hope for the future. And I also feel that through these kids and the experiences I had, I also grew in my relationship with God.
Over spring break, I went on a mission trip to Montgomery, Alabama, and while we were there, we got to go on a tour that one of the staff members took us on, a tour of the neighborhood where we were going to be working that week. And it was really heartbreaking to see the kind of places that these children came from that we were working with that week, and it looked like something out of a movie. And it was just really eye-opening to see that things like that in movies actually do exist, and they are around us every day.
Over spring break, I went on the youth mission trip to Montgomery, Alabama. I had a great time working on the construction sites and helping the kids I got to meet. It was very humbling to see what these kids go through and what they have to put up with at home. I will remember this trip forever.
I went to the food bank a couple times, and I like to hear at the end how much food you pack for the kids and know that you're stopping hunger.
When we were in Montgomery at Common Ground, I really enjoyed working with the kids because they accepted us on the first day, and even though we might have been total strangers to them, they really accepted us and made us their friends. And even though we were supposed to be making a difference in that community, they might have almost made a bigger difference in us.
I went to Montgomery, Alabama for a mission trip this spring break. And I was interested in seeing how the civil rights movement progressed in Alabama. But I was shocked to see that discrimination and segregation still exist. And it's made me think about how I talk and act at school and at home.
The mission trip to Alabama was eye-opening to work with the kids and see that they're excited about everything, even though they might have been coming from a hard family. And it helped me realize that you should be grateful for everything you have.
One of my favorite mission experiences was when we went to El Paso and we cleaned up trash on the roof of the school we were working at. And this really showed me that I'm really lucky for what I have, because there's a lot of less fortunate people than me in this world.
I learned a lot from Common Ground Montgomery. I used to take certain things for granted, and I'm now thankful. I tutored a kid named TJ, and he was very thankful when I gave him a bracelet that I made. Also, working on meet-up housing and hearing about stories of murder and drugs was very humbling.
So when I was at the food bank, I had to help some people package food into their car. And so there was this one really old lady, and I was helping her, and she just started crying, and she was so thankful that Jesus had helped her, and we were helping her package all this food into her car. And from that, I learned that I'm thankful for what I have, and that the Lord will help and He will provide for people who are in need.
Over spring break, I went on the mission trip with the youth group to Montgomery, Alabama, and I had a lot of fun every day just getting to work with the kids after school and help them with their homework and stuff. And I just thought it was awesome to see how happy they were all the time, and they were always just smiling and running around. And that just taught me just to be thankful for everything that I have, and that anyone can make a difference, and it can just be something as simple as talking to kids and just helping them with their homework and doing stuff like that.